Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to jojoSPEAKS, my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. Couple things I want you guys to do for us before we get started. Be sure to press that big red subscribe button, mash it rather. Be sure to leave us a thumbs up. Give us some comments. Let us know your thoughts on the topics that we're discussing tonight. Also, make sure you press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Last but not least, share jojoSPEAKS with all your friends, all your family, everybody that you know. Let them know that jojoSPEAKS is out here in these YouTube streets. I got my team back with me, Jennifer and Tyrone. What's going on, y'all?
Hello, we are here.
Yes, we is here. Absolutely. So do y'all want to start off with the BET Awards really quickly? So we can get it out the way. I didn't watch it. I don't really know what happened except for Busta Rhymes and Patti LaBelle.
Do you, boo?
Oh, so the biggest thing that came out of the BET Awards was it at the BET Awards that Patti LaBelle did the Tina Turner tribute?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. Because I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it, so I wasn't sure. So
Me
anyway,
neither.
so Patti LaBelle was asked to do a tribute to Tina Turner. And I didn't even watch the video. I don't want to be embarrassed for her. I don't want to. I just can't watch the
Yeah,
video.
I can't do secondhand embarrassment. No.
No, I don't even watch, like, I've seen clips of that video of her singing This Christmas. And I think that's, kind of funny, but I still don't want to, voluntarily click on that video and watch it because, again, as Jennifer said, secondhand embarrassment. I don't want to go through that. But anyways, Patti didn't know the words to Tina's song. I'm not even sure what song she was singing. Do y'all know what song she was supposed to be singing?
I think it's Simply the Best. I'm not sure. I'm sure. Oh, Robin's here. She'll tell us.
Okay, cool. So anyway, so Patti didn't know the words. Apparently, social media went haywire. I don't know why anyone would have been surprised that Patti did this. Sometimes she forgets the words to her own songs during her own concerts and things of that nature. So to me, it didn't look bad on her because Patti is just Patti. She just does her thing, and nothing can take away from her talent. What did you guys think of this when you heard that it actually happened?
I was not surprised. Look, here's the thing. The thing that I felt was that BET should have yet again, they have so many prompter issues so often. I was not surprised that they did that. And Patti LaBelle, she is a seasoned singer and performer. If they would have had the words in front of her, everything would have been all right. She even forgets some of the words to her own songs during her own concerts. So
Right.
let's be real, let's be factual. There's no way that she was going to remember a whole song like the next day. Like I don't, because a lot of times when people give those kind of requests, those things happen quickly. And let's be honest, it
Last
seemed like
minute.
the BET Awards was haphazardly done in the first place. I didn't hear about the BET Awards till the night before. I was like, BET Awards, what? They done?
Right.
And then when I saw the lineup as to who was going to be there, I said, yeah, that sounds about right. Because it did not seem like there was a whole experience. Because usually they have the whole BET experience throughout the whole week. You're
Right.
hearing about things, but it seems like they forgot that it was supposed to be happening. So I say all of that to say I am not surprised that BET did not provide the lyrics to the song that they wanted a legend to sing. And then I really don't understand why the rest of the world, not the rest of the world, but so many people were up in arms because she didn't know the song. You don't know the song?
Right. I know I didn't.
My mama, she was so upset about that. She had to call me to try to release some of that stress. How do you feel
Right.
about that, Tyrone?
It's not her song.
And once again, she even forgets her own songs. Like, come on, come on.
Right.
And you gotta think. She's up there in age.
Yes, she is.
And forgetfulness is forgiven.
And that's what I say. They should have done right by making sure
You're right,
that the
though.
prompter was on point. Once again, this is not the first time that they've had prompter issues. Okay, and let's be real. Think about all the other singers and stuff like that do tributes that needed a prompter. Not everybody's got those words. Jonathan, I'm gonna go ahead and do these comments real quick. Hey, Aaron.
What's going on, Aaron? Thank you for being here as
Welcome
usual.
on in here. She told everybody to go ahead and like this video. Please click that like button. Please take a step out of the live messaging and like this video. Miss Vernice is here as well. Hey, Miss Vernice.
Right up.
And of course, Fifi has made her way into
Fifi, hey girl.
Hey, Fifi. And we have the wonderful Miss Robin Moore.
What's going on, Robin?
Hello, Robin. Latoya, of course, has made it in. She
Latoya,
is
hey boo.
in, of course. And let's see. Thank you. I knew Robin would have it. She said simply the best.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Like, and the only thing that we all know is the
Of
chorus.
course.
Right.
And
Simply
to
the
be
best, better than all
honest,
the rest.
to be honest, I'm not better than anyone.
Yeah, that all I know is half the chorus.
Else. Come on now.
Everybody draw a blank after that.
Exactly. And to think you think she's gonna know the first part, like the first thing that starts the song off? No.
I'm gonna blame who is it? Ford or Chevy commercials for the reason why we don't know all the lyrics.
Because they only use the first two lines.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Thank you, Tyrone. All right. Fifi says it was the Ratchet Award show.
Yes, it was.
I agree
get that.
wholeheartedly. Did y'all see that pink carpet?
Oof.
I'm sorry, the fashions weren't there. I feel like a lot of the people that were there, I feel like they were told last minute that this was happening, and
they like, found out. It seems like they found out about it the same time we did.
Okay, yeah. The day before. So it's like the outfits were real mediocre, and it felt like there was no thoughts behind that.
But to be honest, I really can't say I remember the fashions from any previous BET award show, like at all. Like none. I remember what Beyonce wore at the last BET Awards that she went to. She wore that yellow dress that was pretty simple to me. But other than that, I don't remember what anybody else wore to any BET Awards.
Well, I just want to let you know, if you compare the years, I truly feel like this may be one of the worst years.
I would agree with that, even though I didn't see it.
Especially with that trend of just literally being naked and having sheer stuff on. That's what literally it felt like almost every woman there had on.
And didn't something go down? Didn't something go down in the audience between JT from the City Girls and someone else?
Yeah. So, someone else, her man, Uzi.
Yeah.
Oh, Uzi. Okay. Yeah. Right. The Ratchet Awards.
Thrown and stuff like that. The whole thing was very sad. There was, in my opinion, not putting anybody down, but a lot of the elite was not there. Once again, I feel like this whole BET Awards was an afterthought. And I hope somewhere in the contracts or whatever, Tyler Perry does have something to do with the next one. Hopefully he'll be able to bring things back up to snuff. And I was thinking that too. Probably not. Lord have mercy.
That ain't his cup
Robin
of tea.
said, when Patti was singing, I realized that I never knew all the words. See?
Yeah.
Nobody knows all the words.
Nope.
Not even the whole chorus. Latoya said, Patti getting up in age, y'all. She probably was a little touch of glaucoma. No, the prompter was not working. They did not give her the words as she needed it.
And you know that for sure, Jennifer? Because I haven't heard that.
Yes.
Okay.
Because just like when she was singing this Christmas, where's the word?
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I get it.
Come on.
That makes sense.
Of course, she'd want to do right by her, but if you're not giving me the basics, what I need, how am I supposed to do this? Robin says they should not have had a tribute to Tina at the faux BET Awards. It was the Hip Hop Awards, one step removed from the Source Awards.
Right. I would agree with that.
Right.
From what I heard, it was very hip hop heavy.
It was raunchy.
Yeah.
So raunchy that Bobby Jones clutches pearls.
I don't even know why Bobby Jones was in that.
Why was you
audience.
there, sir?
Why was he there? That's confusing to me.
It is. It's sometimes you need a friend to let you know where you don't need to be.
Like,
And I leave that
did he know what it was about? Did he think that it
Come,
was
no, he thought it was the prestigious BET awards that of days past.
Oh, okay.
Look, Bobby Jones looked like what Martin Luther King would like today.
What is going on here? What is going on? I know he had
That's what
speaking
he
tongues
looked.
the whole time he was there. Anyway,
Y'all seeing this?
Robin says a moment of silence would have been more appropriate.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
I would agree.
And,
I agree.
You know, from what I saw, a lot of these tributes are given to the artist on the day of
And that's what I'm saying.
the event, not the day before, not weeks leading up to it. No, the day of. Hey, I didn't know you were gonna be here.
Can you come and sing this song for me?
Sing this song.
And there's a chance that might have happened as well. Fifi says, Patti is 80. I have nothing but respect and admiration for her. Yes.
Right. No
I
fault.
feel like we're on the same page. Go ahead,
I
Jonathan.
give her no fault whatsoever.
No.
I feel like the best tribute that BET did, well, one of the best, because I can't remember all of them. I love the Charlie Wilson tribute. That was amazing. But of course, that was thrown together. Like I don't think there was any rehearsal going on between those men, Snoop Dogg, Justin Timberlake, and Charlie Wilson up there on that stage. I don't think there was any rehearsal whatsoever.
But,
They just knew what songs they were singing.
Those are songs that we all know, though.
Exactly. But what I did love, I loved the Janet Jackson tribute with Jason Derulo, Sierra, and Tinashe, because I thought they all did the choreography well. I thought they were the right people to do those tributes, and I thought it went very well. But and also, did you guys see the Busta Rhymes performance and acceptance speech?
Yeah,
it was amazing. And I saw the great pictures. Now, see, I agree with what he was wearing and what his children were wearing. He had his children with him to receive his award, which was really awesome. But when you're talking about tributes, I think my favorite tribute, and I'm not too sure, I don't think this was BET. I think it was a Soul Train Awards maybe. But the tribute to Anita Baker, when we had all of these R&B ladies singing this woman's songs, and to me it messed me up singing it was a really good one.
That was the Soul Train Music Awards.
Yeah, they did. I think Soul Train does better when it comes to those
absolutely
tributes.
They do much better with those tributes in the BET Awards. Absolutely. Because
when they need to call Soul Train.
That Babyface tribute with Fantasia, Tevin Campbell, that thing was off the chain.
You're right. It seems like everybody else do tributes better. Even y'all remember the Michael Jackson tribute that Chris Brown attempted to do?
That was at the BET Awards.
See?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Shaka Khan tribute. Oh my gosh. When Erykah Badu sang my favorite song that she sings for Shaka, Stay. Oh, yes. And she hit all the notes, honey.
Is it my fault that you know about that stage rendition?
I believe it is, because ever since I heard that live version on her live album, I've been listening to that all the time. Like she does that. Shows her vocal range because I really don't hear her doing that in her own music like that. But when she can get there, okay.
Yeah, she does it mostly live. But Brittany Davis is here.
Hey Brittany, what's going on?
What up, B?
She says,
my
hey
beautiful
guys.
Aries.
She's sending love. Okay, everybody else saying hey to everybody else. Let's see what else. Latoya says BET know they got their money for better software. Weren't they on the PPP loan list?
Oh Lord, have mercy.
And
Latoya.
I'm done. Brittany says, I did not enjoy the awards this year. Shake my head. The end was good though. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, Brittany, that's why I didn't watch it, because I had no expectations whatsoever.
Oh gosh. Regina has made it on the end. Hello.
Hey Regina.
She says, hey y'all. Robin says Claudia Jordan said that the audience was majority seat fillers identified by wristbands. I agree. It
believe
looked like
that.
nobody was there. Nobody that we know, at least. Robin says the past few years it was heavily promoted by all Paramount entities.
Mm.
They didn't do a good job this year.
It was even on CBS. I think it was either last year or 2 years ago. It was on CBS actually.
Wow.
See,
Wow.
Yeah.
I think they didn't know what to do. And they were like, well, the date has been set. We got to do it.
Right.
Vernice said wrong song. She should have done Private Dancer. Now see, I still would have only known the chorus though. Because I would
yeah, I know the melody of the verses, but I just know the chorus.
You're private dancer. That's all I would have had for you.
But I think I would have loved to hear Patti sing that song though, because when you go up on the second chorus, like, oh, Patti can go up, honey. Okay.
Yes, if she has the words.
Right.
All right. Robin says, I confirmed Jennifer's account of the prompter. Thank you so much. Because It's not the first time as well, which is why it did not surprise me. It just happened to the absolute wrong person, because we would have loved to hear her sing full out with confidence with the prompter on.
Right.
Please and thank you. Fifi says, I didn't see one gospel category.
Not one.
Wow. Well, they probably didn't air it. I know they do have a gospel category, or at least they did. But they typically don't air those awards, just like the Grammys don't air every single award that they give out.
Yeah, well, they needed to air that, because we can't just have one thing. And Brittany was talking about the ending with Busta. She enjoyed that. Okay. Of course, it seems
like Busta was the biggest artist that was there, to be honest,
because he was being honored.
Right.
And that's it. Patti always supposedly having prompter issues. Is the prompter or is it her eyesight?
It's the prompter. It is the prompter, because she literally said in this Christmas video, "Where are the words? I don't have the words. Where are the words?" Literally, it's the prompter, girl.
And those award ceremonies, they depend on the prompters heavily, from all the people presenting awards, of course, down to the host. And they didn't have a host this time,
of course.
And also down to the singers. So you have to have your prompter game on point. I don't know what was the issue.
Right.
Oh, Latoya has a point. The New Edition tribute.
That was excelente. Those men who played New Edition in that series, they performed. That was amazing.
I think that might have been the last great thing BET has done.
I would agree with that.
The New Edition, that whole situation was a very good moment for them. Robin says, about the performances, the old school rappers seem to be live while the newer artists lip sync.
Oh, wow. That female that performed during Busta Rhymes tribute was clearly lip syncing. Clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Was that Coyle Ray?
I have no idea who she was.
Was she singing something to the effect of Girls as Players too?
It didn't seem like she was singing. It seemed like she was more rapping.
No, I was just saying rapping Girls as Players too.
That was her.
Oh.
Did she have like a white outfit on with black?
Yes.
That was Coyle Ray. I enjoy her. There's a big chance she was though, but she's more of she really performed.
Yeah, she was doing that choreo. I was down with the choreo.
Yeah, she needed to. Brittany Davis said the tribute was horrible. Should have put more thought into that. Patti was fighting for her life up there.
Yeah, I feel bad for her. I really do, because that's embarrassing. That is so embarrassing.
And there's yet another video. At least she didn't have to ask for backup singers this time.
Right. Where are my background singers?
Where's my background singers?
That was legendary.
Okay.
That was legendary.
Oh gosh. Robin says the BET Awards are odd because BET is not current with the culture. Little new programming, no music as in the past, and no news, no nothing. Which is why I really hope that the new owner does something amazing there. At the very, it would be nice to see some more music, but then again, the current music these days,
Who's gonna
it
watch
ain't
and listen to it?
listening.
Not black music.
I promise you. Oh, okay. Anyway, Robin says, JoJo, don't watch it in real time. I record and fast forward through it. Yuck. Fast forward through the yuck.
Yeah, I have no interest in watching it whatsoever.
And Robin says, yes, it was on CBS. That was a great show.
Mhm.
That one, yes. Latoya asks, do y'all think Deborah Lee's confession hurt the awards? No.
Nah.
No. Do you know what she's talking about, Jonathan?
I don't.
The confession that she was fooling around with. Was it Bob Lee?
Oh.
Yeah.
Why does she come out and say that? Do we really need to know that?
I personally didn't care.
Because I don't.
It didn't. No. So maybe she just felt like she needed to get it off her chest. You know,
Maybe.
God bless her and her freedom. Not Regina. Robin says the one who is trying to channel Aaliyah. She wasn't trying to channel Aaliyah.
It do look like an Aaliyah outfit. Something that Aaliyah would.
Okay, I can agree.
Ish.
But I can say that Cola Ray pretty much has always had that kind of style, kind of tomboyish, but you know, on the edge. So I can give you that, Robin, trying to kind of channeling Aaliyah. Latoya said, "What happened to the 50-year tribute to hip hop?"
I don't know.
Girl, you might want to call corporate on BET and ask them that.
Yeah, because Busta did mention that in his acceptance speech.
What he say?
He said something about celebrating 50 years of hip hop. He said something about that at the beginning of the speech, I believe.
Oh, okay. There's the tribute right there.
Oh.
Anyway,
that's what it is.
Fifi says, a question: do you all watch Tyler Perry shows on BET?
I don't know if All the Queen's Men is a Tyler Perry show. I've heard that it is, but Christian Keys is the one that created it and is writing for it. So I think he might be involved in it in some way. Mm-hmm. I tried to get into Ruthless. I watched like maybe the first 3 or 4 episodes, but that dialogue is so cringy, I can't get through it. And there are like 20 episodes in each season. So I mean,
too much going on.
It seems like it might be interesting, but I just can't get past the terrible dialogue in it.
Now, for all of my people that are hooked on Sisters, like I know Brittany and a few other people. A lot of people has been telling me I need to get into Sisters. You've been watching it?
I've seen a couple episodes.
Really?
Yeah, it's a good show.
I may need to actually look into it now. For y'all people that watch Sisters, I do have a question. I do need to understand how the dialogue is. Does this flow all right, at least? And I also need to know, did you see only 2 to 3 days happen over a whole 20 episode season? Right. That's all I'm trying to find out, because that messed me up when he did that on the Haves and the Have-Nots. There was a whole season on just a weekend.
To me, it has the elements of Have and Have Not, but it's a lot more refined.
Oh, okay. So it's a step up.
Yeah, to me, it's a step up, slight lateral.
Gotcha.
Robin says, still holding our breath about the purchase of BET. He's talking about the price. I thought they said he got it.
Yeah, it's been reported that he already has it.
Robin says, no, Miss Deborah tarnished her reputation. Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's her own fault.
And God bless her. Joseph says, hello, beautiful people. I made it, but I'm hangry. And at the grocery store at the same time. Oh, pray for me. Oh, he about to bob the whole grocery store. Okay. Latoya says, JoJo. Wait, excuse me. It is JoJo. He only wrote the first season, and then Tyler took over.
Oh, okay.
All right, and of course, Brittany is standing for her show. She says, "Yes, catch up on Sisters."
Okay.
You know, I say like this: Tyler's interpretation of soap operas is quite interesting.
So it gives a soap opera feeling, because I don't know if I can get with that.
Yeah.
No, believe me.
It's a lot.
How many soap operas have you watched, Jonathan?
I don't watch them. That's why, because I can't stand them.
Because you can't stand them. Or have you like?
It's
have
too
you like?
dramatic, and it's to
Okay.
me, it's dramatic
Okay.
for no reason. The pauses, the reactions, the this, the that, the dialogue. It seems disjointed to me, and I
Gotcha.
can't really follow along. I can't really get excited about it.
Yeah, that's Tyler's style though. He
Yeah.
wanted to melanize the
And
Stories.
And that's why I'm thinking he doesn't have too much of a hand in All the Queen's Men, but because All the Queen's Men does not run like that at all. It's action, period.
And maybe he came in there with the mindset of that's what he wanted it to be.
Right.
That's
true.
Yeah. Like at first I was like under the impression that I have been desensitized to it, because for me the pace of TV shows by Shonda Rhimes, like Scandal and stuff like that,
right,
was so much faster.
Yes.
And we enjoyed that fast pacedness. And then you come up with her, it's like, hey.
Robin said, no, he has not. No. He has an issue with the $3 billion.
Oh.
Shall I guess?
I guess that would be.
All right. Wait, hold on.
Okay. Yeah, I feel you on those dramatic pauses.
It is. I actually fast forward through those things, so.
Yeah, it's just too much for me, and I don't want to have to go through all of that. Mm-hmm. And for me, there has to be a good payoff. If the payoff is not worth it to me, which to me, in my mind, is really not there, then why would I even get started with it?
You will find the payoff in Sisters. I don't know about the other shows.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay.
And I think that's why people really like it and still watching it.
Yeah. Gotcha. But on to our next topic, because we done spent almost half an hour on the BET Awards, which was a whole bunch of nothing.
It's not a plan.
So if y'all go back to our video when we talked about the Oscars, and Angela Bassett losing to Jamie Lynn Curtis, if I'm not mistaken,
yes.
It has been announced that Angela Bassett is set to receive an honorary Oscar at this year's Governor's Award. Did I or did I not at least suggest that she receive one at that time? And for me, I'm happy for her, because an honorary Oscar is better than no acknowledgement at all. This to me is the Oscars acknowledging her greatness. This to me is the Oscars acknowledging that she is an amazing actress, and that acknowledging that she does deserve an Oscar, which is why she's receiving an Oscar. But what do you guys think about this happening? Because y'all already know how I feel.
I would have liked to see her win for a role. That's just how I feel. It feels like, not saying that it's worth her having it, don't get me wrong. Go ahead and accept the award, because she does deserve it. But it really would have been nice for her to win her category. And that's not just for this one, but for any time that she's been up for it. I believe she deserved it.
Right. And for me, it's like I've kind of gotten past the fact that she didn't win, because I can't do nothing about that. Mm-hmm. And the possibility of her getting nominated in the future years is even less and less, because she is getting older. So, I'm happy. I'm happy for her, because she's getting, no matter how she got it, in my opinion, no matter how she got it, it's a great achievement. I wish she would have made history, because she would have been the first. If she had won for What's Love Got to Do with It, she would have been the first African-American woman to win for Best Actress. That would have been an amazing feat for her. And I won't say that, but it's amazing for her. I'm so happy for her. Tyrone, what do you think about this? Because I know you had an opinion about it a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I agree with you a couple of months ago that they should have given her flowers then. The fact that they have decided to do it now, I'm torn. I'm like, all right, cool. But also, I'm like, yo, it would have been better if it was on the big stage of the award show, not this.
I agree.
Because it lessens the value of the honor to me.
I agree wholeheartedly with that. The magnitude of the moment is completely lost in this situation, because I don't even know if the governor's awards are even televised. So it does take away the moment from her, which I wish she would have had. But again, that's in the past. We can't really do anything about that. And I think the Academy is trying to make up for what they haven't done for her in the past, knowing that she probably did deserve it in the past. I don't know if there are some people in the committee that made the decision, well, since y'all didn't want to give it to her for the real award, then we got to give her this honorary award. I don't know how those conversations happen, but
Yeah.
I'm happy for her nonetheless.
And I hate that, the action movie actors don't get the honor that they deserve for their absolute, and I mean, hands down, 100% best performance in an action film. Sorry.
Do you think that exception being Heath Ledger, do you think he only received it because he passed away? Or do you think he received it because he deserved it? Because I think he received it because he deserved it.
I believe it wasn't because of the action film. It was the other movie that he did where he
Brokeback Mountain?
No, the other one around the same time as Dark Knight, where he was this magician and going into the whole occult science of things, and that was the thing that had led to his death, as they were revealing.
No, I was saying, do you think they gave the award to him because he had passed away, or was it because of the merit of his performance?
That was strictly off of the merit of that performance
I
from
agree.
that movie.
Not the other movie.
Not the Dark Knight movie, which hands down, he's the best Joker we have ever had. Ever.
Praise God. Robin says the honorary Oscar acknowledges and celebrates her whole body of work, as opposed to an Oscar being attached to one particular role. Vernice says they're doing her like Spike Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Spike Lee did actually win on the night for Black Klansman, so he had his moment.
He has one. Gosh, man, let me stop. Latoya says, "I feel it's a slap in the face. If she deserved it, they should have given it to her when she deserved it. I wish they would have not call it an honorary Oscar. A different name choice would be better." And now with that, I totally agree, Latoya. I wish instead of it saying an honorary Oscar, I think it should be more of like an achievement.
In acting.
Lifetime achievement,
or
right.
Life work achievement in acting, rather than, because something that says you're an amazing actor, because honorary sounds like almost an afterthought to me. That's why it doesn't sound good, because Latoya says to me, she says, call it the Oscar Trailblazer Award or something to that effect. And I agree. I agree. Something adjacent to that.
Yeah, honorary sounds to me like posthumous in a way.
Yeah.
You get it, you receive it, but it's due to something else happening in the mix. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, and Robin says that it's going to be presented at the next Oscar ceremony, so that's going to be awesome. And Ms. Vernon, she also says it sounds like she's getting an honorary degree.
Yeah.
For this, you know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
But go ahead, Jonathan.
All right. So for our next topic, we have to get into this situation with Carlishia Hood. If you have not heard of this, I believe it was last week when Carlishia Hood, I'm not sure exactly where she was, but she had this argument with this young man. And he punched her. He punched her a number of times. And Carlishia Hood's son, I think he was 14 years old, if I'm not mistaken. He ended up shooting and killing the man. Now, Carlishia and her son were both arrested. And I believe, I don't know whether they were charged with murder or not, but they were charged with a crime. And recently, those charges have been dropped. Now, Carlishia is set to file a lawsuit against the city. She's citing false arrest, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and more. Now, I don't want you guys to think differently of me when I say this, but I believe that charges should have stuck. At least manslaughter charges, not murder, because I don't think this was murder, but some accountability needs to be taken for this issue. Now, that man had no right to punch that woman multiple times in her face. He should have just walked away. He should have, done the mature thing and not engaged with her. But that does not warrant him losing his life. And so for this woman and her son to be totally taken off the hook, and for her to have, in my opinion, the audacity to file a lawsuit against the city for a false arrest and intentional emotional distress, I don't believe she'll be winning that lawsuit, especially if the right judge gets it. But that's how I feel about this situation. It's completely sad, but accountability needs to be taken, and it's not been taken whatsoever. What do y'all think?
Go ahead, Tyrone, because
upon the release of this video, seeing this young man assault her, man, I was on her side.
Really?
Because my thing is this: there should be no reason a man puts their hands on any female. And my thing is this: like you said, you could have walked away.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how bad she was mouthing you or whatever. I've watched a couple of theories surrounding this, some videos that were put out there looking at both sides of this thing. And I honestly am torn because, people are saying that allegedly she baited him in for this to happen. And now that she's going forward and suing the city, it almost kind of seems suspect because
Like a money grab?
it's a money grab for you right now. And I'm like, who are your lawyers that are like, hey, now you got your freedom. Now it's time to get the bag.
Oh, okay. Let's slow down. So an argument with somebody is starting the process of being a money grab. Like,
I don't believe that, to be honest. I understand what he's saying.
But I think that's really like pushing it. It's like
It is.
I'm not saying there's no way, but there's a very low chance that you're gonna start an argument with somebody that's in the same store, location, establishment as you. We over here paying the same kind of money. What makes me think that you have the money to even, bless me in a lawsuit? That doesn't even come across to me as making sense.
Plausible. And I don't think she felt that she expected to be punched in the face, which is what garnered the shooting. So, yeah, I understand what you're saying though, but I don't think that's what it is.
It doesn't. I don't.
But Tyrone, do you think that charges should have been put up against this woman and her son? And do you agree with the fact that the charges were dropped? Not to put you on the spot, but
the type of charges that were given to them, I agree that those charges should have been dropped. Is there room for other charges? Yes.
Something.
Absolutely.
So what?
At least assault, at least assault.
But I mean,
okay, because here's my thought process
to label that,
because everything in my opinion. So what led up to him using his hands was not illegal.
Right.
Can we agree on that?
Agreed.
No, it wasn't illegal for you to threat somebody, but in some cases it can be grounds for illegal action too.
But was it grounds for him to do what he did to her?
Of course not.
Absolutely not. He was
So
absolutely
this
wrong
is
in
this
that
is
situation.
why I'm asking if any charges. I need to know exactly what charges they receive in a situation like this. And I was really kind of confused as to why they were charged anything in the first place. Because with hits to the head like that, somebody can go to glory.
Yeah.
And it's either going to be us or you.
Yeah. I mean,
So you're looking at this from a self-defense perspective.
Absolutely.
You can look at it from that.
Because, you know, having those hits to the head, who knows how far he would have went and where and there's no knowing of where he would have stopped.
I don't
Because
honestly,
for him to be able to do that in public
right.
to a stranger, no problem. That tells you there's something not off with him, but there's something that is in him to feel free to put hands on anybody, not just a woman, anybody. And from what I'm hearing, I don't know how true it is, but he has a history of violence.
Right.
Not saying that that means that it's okay for him to do it later, or, you know, that prompts it for it to be, you know, considered a different way in this situation. But it sounds like this is the first time somebody hit back.
Do you believe they deserve any charges at all? Because it sounds like you don't.
My thing is this: I don't know what charges you would get. It's like if they presented charges and I heard the charges and it's like, okay, well, that would make sense.
Right.
But like I just don't know what charges they would get in a moment like this.
I would, and the least charge that I would give them is assault. But I believe the correct charge in this situation is manslaughter, meaning that you kill someone without intent. That's what I would charge her with.
But you got to think about what exactly, because you have to think about the whole process. How did we get here? And it's not for self-defense. It does not have to be in your house. If you're trying to make sure that something is, you know, something stops or whatever bad thing is just put to a cease or whatever, and we had to use our weapon to make sure that happened. Right, now, what happened as a result of me using my weapon?
Manslaughter.
Look,
but I'm saying though, it's just the simple fact that just because, in my opinion, just because the force that was used by them to have them to stop was greater, does not mean like it's like, oh gosh, how can I explain this?
I like how this firearms instructor kind of put it. He was like, if there was better training, because she was licensed to carry, if there were better training to her or her son in terms of where to target to immobilize somebody, it would have been a whole different outcome.
Exactly. But what do? You have a firearm and your mama is getting beat in the head by somebody.
Right.
And that was my question too. To the people that are so up in arms about what happened, is like, how long do you wait while you sitting there watching your mother get beat to a pulp? How long do you wait till you do something to stop it? No one else around was stopping it. Everybody got out of there. If you look at the video, even the elderly gentleman, he lickety split was gone.
So
I get what you're saying.
What would they have done?
Like I get that. If anything, because, you know, we can't assume that this 14-year-old was trained in shooting. But, you know, I'm thinking that, you know, the 14-year-old must have shot to kill. That seems like that's what happened. But, you know, we're going to agree to disagree on this. I think at least assault charges should have been given to them. But I feel as though in my heart that it is manslaughter. But that's just me looking at the situation from the outside looking in.
I agree with you on the manslaughter. It's just what degree of manslaughter are we going at?
Maybe second or third degree manslaughter, maybe not first degree manslaughter, but that's what the charge of manslaughter is for. When someone dies, and the killer did not intend to kill the person. And I don't think that 14-year-old intended to kill that man. I think he intended to stop him from beating up his mother, but I don't think he intended to kill that man.
You're literally describing self-defense, Jonathan.
But that's what the charge of manslaughter calls for, though. No intent.
But how often do people that have self-defense get prosecuted for manslaughter?
They don't.
And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It's a tricky situation. It is. I understand. I get it. I get it.
We know how to argue, y'all. Okay.
I know. It's just because I get into this true crime stuff, y'all.
Yeah.
And I just hate to see someone die and there be no consequences. I know that young man is going to live with that for the rest of his life. And I know that is a consequence all in itself. I get that. But as far as legalization or whatever the word you want to use is concerned, I feel that this is not justice.
And I feel like he was putting his consequences on his mama. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Agreed.
It's like, there's a given. Sometimes the give and take is not always going to be equal.
No, it's not.
If you open the door, you have the opportunity for people to walk in,
right,
with however they want to handle that situation.
Agreed.
And when you open the door, you better be ready to fight.
Right. Yeah. Agreed. If you're going to put your hands on someone, expect a reaction in any way, shape, or form. Expect some type of reaction.
You better be
all the way up to you losing your life. Expect a reaction. But
that's the thing about this generation. They don't expect the consequences at all.
And I think that's why he kept on hitting that woman.
Agreed.
Because he did not because when you have a history of that, you have just been slapped on the wrist a couple of times.
Or you haven't been hit back in the past.
Exactly.
Right.
And he felt that comfortable putting hands on somebody that could possibly be his mother. Like, that's not cool. Let me get to these things real quick.
Okay.
Latoya said, JoJo, I don't agree. People always say protect Black women, and when they do, it's still an issue. Why didn't the man recording it help diffuse the situation?
I would agree with that.
I say they were sitting there enjoying this act of violence because we've become numb to it.
But to be honest, Latoya, just to let you know the kind of person that I am, I don't get involved in those types of situations. Even if I know someone is clearly in the wrong, I do not get involved in those situations because I could get involved in that situation. I could end up getting hit. I could end up getting shot. I could end up getting involved in that situation. So I stay out of it. I keep my mouth closed.
But in a situation like that, I know a man like this.
Yeah, I get that.
I get that somebody that's able to fold somebody up.
Yeah.
Stop it.
That's somebody, and I agree, Jonathan. It's not everybody's lot to be able to.
Right.
You can at least say, "Hey, stop that!" And you're concerned about people coming to you. But anyway, Latoya said. Okay. Latoya said, the lawsuit I don't agree with, though. TD, it was reported she was telling him to get back in the car.
Right. That's the circumstances around it. You told your son to get back in the car because you felt something could pop off. And it did. And your son then acted on your behalf to defend your honor.
And, a lot of people want to say, like, what would you do for your mother if she was being...
Like, I had said it in the comments. I was like, look, if this young man that was causing the mayhem saw this happening to his mother, or sister.
He probably would kill the person. He seems like that
He
type
would
of
probably
person that
do
would
the
do
same
it.
thing.
Exactly.
Agreed.
And sometimes, without any push to do it.
Remorse or anything.
Right.
But Juice says she's also including the officers in that arrested her in the lawsuit.
Mm.
She's claiming wrongful arrest as well.
Yeah.
I also agree. Y'all
can't
putting 20
always-
on 10 with the
I can't
lawsuit.
go with
Yeah.
wrongful because initial
They have to
reports
do
They
said
have to do their job.
he was doing this.
yeah.
It wasn't until this video came out that everybody was like, oh, wait, there's more sufficient evidence to change the narrative.
Yeah. They had to go through the process.
It's called investigation.
Yeah, they can't just let you go when somebody has passed away. They have to
Right.
go through the
There's
process.
a process. Right.
That part, Jonathan, I wholly agree with. They have
Okay.
to do the investigation to make sure that it is what they claim. And being that they have video to go
Right.
along and corroborate, I believe that's what, prompted making sure I go ahead through the process of dropping the charges. Now, once again, I don't know who are the lawyers that swooped in as soon as they saw that she was, set free. They're just trying to take advantage of the moment, and I don't
Right.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Let this space be,
Let go
because now
and live.
they're about to just prolong
'Cause-
this even longer. It's just
Right.
good.
Because here's another layer to this. You say you do go through with this lawsuit and you happen to win this lawsuit. Now you have a bigger target on your family. Because everybody saw, hey, you just got a bag.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I'm just saying that there's a level of karma in it,
Right.
Yeah, Bernice says she was concerned and could have been beat to death if her son did not step in.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. I'm just so stuck on the fact that the man died. And because I cannot get past that, then that's why I have such an issue with it, because he died. If he had not died, I would have been completely okay with the son defending his mother. But someone lost their life, and I just cannot get past that.
And there's, even people where, just think about it. Down here, unfortunately, a lot of people's cars are being stolen and cars being broken into. There was one time these two boys tried to steal this vehicle, and the man was coming out of the grocery store that he was shopping in and saw that happening. He took out his gun. He shot both boys. One passed away, and the other he was injured. He was just shot in the hand.
Okay.
And of course, the person that was being robbed was not charged for a thing. Okay. And the death of one of those robbers was pinned on the other robber.
Right. That's what they do. Whenever a death happens at the same time of some type of illegal action, if there is more than one perpetrator, the other will get charged for that person's death. And I do agree with that law, but that's a whole nother subject for another day, y'all.
That's major. That's major. When I heard about that, Jonathan, I didn't know that they do that, and I was like, "Say what?"
Yeah. I watched this documentary about this young man who was charged with murder because he did a home invasion with a friend, and the homeowner killed his friend, and the young man was charged with his murder, and he was convicted of his murder. Now, his conviction was later overturned, but to be honest, because I watched the whole documentary and I got to know who he was and I saw how good of a man that he was, I agreed with those charges being dropped. However, in those situations, I don't believe that those perpetrators who are involved in those robberies should be charged with murder. I think that charge is way too high. Maybe a manslaughter charge that's a little bit less than murder, because again, murder involves intent. And there's no intent for someone to be killed in those situations because they're trying to get something out of it. So,
I understand that a lot of times they go for the shock value of the murder charge
right,
in
of
hopes
course.
that they get something to stick.
Right,
This charge usually sticks.
right.
Sometimes that is the only thing that is offered on the table, and a lot of times people get away literally with murder.
Yeah, sometimes they charge at the top to possibly get a lesser inclusive. Maybe they charge at first degree murder. Maybe they're actually convicted of second degree or manslaughter or assault. But I get that. That's something that prosecutors will do to try to make something stick.
Yeah.
Jennifer, you want to get back to these comments or move on to the next subject? Because we got like 9 minutes left.
Yeah, move on to the next. I'm making sure to show these subjects, but everybody does have strong opinions going back and forth, whether or not. I know Robin Moore, she has been talking about there could be, grounds for, murder, but, it can be dropped down to a lesser charge. And to be honest, with the good lawyers, he could get off just fine.
Right.
And I'm not sure if they want to go forward with that, especially with everybody being able to see how it went. I'm not sure. But, I will never say never. We never know what they may decide to do.
Right. So let's, for the last 5 minutes, let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta real quick. I want to get into the fact that Marlo had the nerve to say that the fact that Kandi didn't send flowers and didn't go out of her way to try to give her condolences to her mother, she has this idea that Kandi's saying, F your nephew, F your sister, F all of them, is that not a reach, or is that a reach? Like, girl, like, why are you saying these things? Because Kandi doesn't feel that way. Kandi's not saying F your nephew, F your sister. Kandi's not saying that. Girl.
Personally, I feel like it is the reach of all reaches.
Of course.
One person I want to quote right now, which is my cousin Tracy, and she saith, unspoken expectations will never be met.
Agree.
Marlo expected. Now, I don't know when she decided to expect this, but she expected it.
Because I think she decided to expect this at the beginning of the season, even though this happened 2 years ago. But, move forward, move ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just think it's a bit much in the moment. Like, okay, Kandi, she did, in my opinion, what I thought that she would do for a person like that. And for some reason, some people were making it seem as if they were really good friends, and they weren't even on that page.
They were never on that level.
And yeah, they did the recording for the show and everything, but the fact that she went ahead and said, condolences, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that is sad. Like, if you felt like she should have taken up some space in that moment and said, wow, this person was met at my restaurant, and tried to, maybe you should have had that conversation with her previously.
Right.
But the thing is, there's no way that she was thinking like that at the time.
But I understand why someone like Marlo would say something like that. Whether she actually feels that in her heart, I'm not sure, because Marlo just be saying things just to be saying things because she's on TV. So I don't know if she really feels that way. I would hope that she doesn't feel that way. I'm not surprised that she said it, but I'm upset that she said it, because she knows darn well that Kandi does not have those feelings towards Marlo's family. She just doesn't care enough for Marlo. And I don't know why Marlo would expect her to care that much. Tyron.
Okay.
I feel like Marlo is grasping for straws.
Of course.
Because she ain't got no story.
That's true. Kandi is her storyline this season.
And, how many times has Kandi become somebody's storyline on this show? Yeah, and it not end well for that person.
You do have a point.
That's very true.
You're saying something, Tyrone.
I don't watch the show religiously like some people, but when I do see some of these episodes, I just have to side eye some of these things. And it almost seems like you're purposely trying to tear her down.
Mhm.
And the question is why?
Right.
Because she's a
Agreed.
big fish. She's you know.
But do it another way.
Right.
Find your rising star another way, outside of tearing another person down.
But to be honest, that's Marlo's personality, and that's what she has shown to us. That's how that's how she operates. And she's shown that since the second season that she's been on as a friend of the show. I also wanted to touch on Marlo's date. And the main reason why I wanted to touch on this date is because I recognize the man that she went on a date with. His name is Scott Lee. Scott Lee is a chef. And he was on Hell's Kitchen a couple of seasons ago. I believe he even got a black jacket, if I'm not mistaken. It was a season with, I think, All Stars and Rookies. I can't remember exactly which number of the season it was on. But he's a very suave looking man. He's a very attractive man, and in my opinion, well, I won't say very attractive. He's a nice looking guy. And they seemed like they had a really nice time together. And I don't know if either one of them are really serious about and pursuing a relationship. But this was nice to see Marlo in a space of positivity for once.
I agree. Because we don't see her in a space of positivity.
Ever. We just see her arguing and being loud
she's
and doing the
arguing.
most and about unreasonable things.
Right.
I think love has not stayed at her house for a long time.
Mm.
And
Agreed.
knowing that, all right, here's the problem that I have.
I don't think Marlo knows what love is.
That's another, that's the problem that I have, but I also feel like she doesn't love herself.
No, she doesn't. I think that's crystal.
It comes out as lashing out at everybody.
Right.
And I think her interpretation of love is strictly when somebody does stuff for her.
Agreed.
Outside of that, if you're not doing the things that she wants to do and catering to all the things that she desires,
right,
it's unsuccessful for her.
And I think
she don't care about nobody else.
And I think that's why her jealousy shows so blatantly, because I think she wishes she was in a better place. And I think she sees Candy and Kenya as women who are on a higher level than her. And she wants to be there, but because she doesn't see herself at their level, I won't say whether I think she's at their level or not, but because she doesn't see herself at that level, she feels like she has to pull them down to her level. And I don't like that at all. Jennifer, you want to get through these comments before we get out of here?
Latoya asked, why are Sheree and Sonia turning a blind eye to Marlo's BS?
Because they want to keep their spot on the show. I think they feel like if they alienate Marlo, it's going to be too lopsided. And the show sounds much better when you have a 3 against 3 as opposed to 6, as opposed to 5 against 1. So,
let's see what else here. Oh gosh, Miss Vernice said the man that she dated doesn't have any money.
I mean, he has a restaurant. That's nice, but I don't think he has what Marlo would expect in a man as far as his money situation is concerned.
He don't have the long money that she was able to pocket in the meantime and between time money.
Exactly. I think that's what Ms. Vernice meant by that statement. So absolutely. I would agree with that. Yes.
Yeah, she's looking for a sugar daddy.
Latoya said he isn't old enough or the right skin complexion.
Well,
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that she's been with him.
Look, honestly, everybody on Real Housewives has gone through the whole rainbow.
I don't think Candy has.
Like I was about to say that. I don't think Candy has. I don't think Sheree has either.
I don't think Sonya has.
Next comment.
Marlo will not find love until she fixes herself first. Amen. With a licensed therapist. Are you trying to say her coaching?
No. No good.
Yeah, that's a life coach, not a therapist.
She does need a therapist.
Yes,
She needs to dig
therapist.
into her because we can see it clearly. She needs to dig back into her time as a foster child.
Her life coach is nothing but a glorified friend.
You better say that.
Here.
Where's my tambourine?
Latoya says, TD, you're onto something. Nothing she does will prosper as long as she is rooted in evil.
Agreed.
The Jew says, I heard he has 3 or 4 kids and one as young as 1 year old.
Yes, he has 3 kids. I think he said 1 is 13, 1 is 2, and 1 is 1. He actually said their ages on the show.
Yep.
All right. That's it for that.
Well, y'all want to get your social medias out real quick?
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. Well, bye, y'all. Y'all see us next week, same time. Same beautiful faces.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all.
Since you want to get off so quickly, okay, and not give the people your stuff.
Y'all subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe here to what's this place called? jojoSPEAKS.
Yes.
Y'all know.
Oh gosh, Latoya said Marlo ain't changing no diapers.
No.
She ain't.
Okay, so it's wait, hold on. Say your stuff, Tyrone. Come on.
I'm Mr. TD McCullough. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and all your music streaming platforms. Check me out.
I am the Light of the Leo. Go ahead and follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at the Light of the Leo. Thank you.
And you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is jojo_speaks3020. My YouTube is not my YouTube. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. You can email me williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. And I think that's pretty much it.
You see Tammy out there running again?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I've been looking at her Instagram. She be running.
That's what's up. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Tammy. Well, we want to thank all of the viewers for joining us this evening. We enjoy the conversation. We enjoy the back and forth. We love it. Join us next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces. But until then, we're going to say bye for now. And happy Pride. This is going to be the last show for Pride Month for 2023. So happy Pride to all y'all. Love y'all.
Love you.
Happy Independence Day.